Hello?
David, is this David?
Yes, David.
Hey, David, this is Redler and Queen Bitch from Hellcast Radio. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure, and our pleasure. All right, so the first thing I got to ask or say is I love the logo
It is awesome.
because HH are my initials. So that logo looks spectacular.
Thanks.
All right, so first of all, where did you get the name?
When you're kind of starting out as a band, you have about 15,000 band names you're going through just to find one that sticks.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we were starting out, we were huge fans of the show Dexter. And his daughter's name was Haster. And so we were kind of like, oh, let's do that one. And then we found another band that had that. And then when we kind of were going through the misspellings of different other variations, I was like, I really like that Haster. And then all of a sudden I was like, why don't we put an H in front of it? And then at that time, I was driving to San Diego, and I went through just this ridiculous storm for some weird reason. And I was texting my drummer, and he was just like, oh, it means violent rainstorm. And I'm like, okay, that's our band name. That's just how it works. And
Cool.
Just kind of go from there. So.
That's awesome.
So it's pronounced Haster?
Yes.
Okay. I was making the A long, so I was pronouncing it incorrectly.
You made it an E.
I said Haster.
Oh, I thought you said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, you're right.
Have it like we'll play with bands, and then they'll say like a different variation of that, and we'll just start laughing.
Nice.
It's the way it is. So.
No, I totally understand that, because, misconception is just everywhere because, everybody hears the name Hellcast Radio, and I literally have friends I went to high school with that refuse to listen because they believe that I worship Satan.
Yep.
Of course.
So, yeah, misconception is everywhere. Now, what is your position in the band?
I'm the lead guitarist.
Lead guitarist.
Excellent.
So you don't yodel either?
I'm the one guy without a microphone. So.
Wow.
You don't have an microphone? I just call bullshit on that.
I can't sing, so it works out.
Oh, okay. I can't sing either, so it's all good.
All right, so when did you guys form?
Started late in 2010, and then I was kind of running through with a different couple different guys, and then I finally met Jarrett, and me and him just clicked. Jarrett's our singer, and me and him just clicked, and I had these songs going, and then he just was able to put lyrics over it. We cut our first EP, which was Searching, back in 2011, and then we've just kind of been running since then.
So the current album or EP, I'm not sure what the proper term is nowadays.
I think it's EP.
I think it's what's the name? Current or something like that.
The Currency.
The Currency. Now,
Not currency, but currency, like
Yes.
two different words.
When was that released?
That was released January of last year.
January. So it's been out a little while.
Just about a year old.
Now, are you
Excellent.
guys touring with this?
We did 4 tours in 2016 on it. Just kind
Wow.
of we did like kind of the Weekend Warrior stuff, and then did a couple stints where we were out for 2.5 weeks, and then just kind of did that through the summer and fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we kind of were able to get kind of the Midwest a little bit, kind of ventured out a little bit that, and then kind of worked our way back to the West Coast. We've been still trying to push to the East Coast. We've just been, as kind of like an independent band, it's always hard to kind of
Yeah.
get out there on the road for a long period of time without kind of paying all your bills at home.
Right. Yeah, you can only go so far on the weekend.
Exactly. Taking gas and a couple shows only gets you so far. So.
Exactly.
I understand that one. So, what are your plans for this year?
This year we're going to hope to get back out on the road sometime in the spring, and we've kind of already started demoing material for our next album, just kind of playing around with some stuff, but hopefully we'll get back into the studio probably around the spring, late summer, or somewhere around that, early summer, and then hopefully kind of bang out a new record and hopefully get something out before the end of the year.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Now, the song we're going to feature in our King of the Hill tonight is "The Unseen."
Nice.
What was your inspiration for this song, or what as a group?
The song really kind of represents to us is kind of living in LA where there's, I mean, a billion bands down here, and we're all kind of hedging for those same fans and trying to get above everyone else to kind of make people notice us. And it's kind of that of just being underneath the line, and then you meet all these industry people who kind of manipulate a lot of stuff, and you kind of meet other people, and then it's almost like everyone kind of goes after each other, and it's kind of just trying to survive in kind of the hellish world of kind of Southern California, basically.
Right.
Excellent. Now, how many are there in the band?
There's 5 of us.
5.
5.
That's actually pretty big for a band nowadays.
It really is, because usually you get your 3s and 4s. Basic. I mean, the pretty norm is like 3s and 4s.
Yeah,
right, so
I think 4 is probably the most common.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
I know a few 3s, so yeah.
Let me ask you, what is the worst thing that has happened to you on stage?
On stage, I had one show where I broke strings on 2 of my guitars, and I did not have a third.
Oh no!
And it was funny because this happened probably a year into the band, and there's a song off our first record called "Resting Place," and for some weird reason, I would break a string on that song every single show, and I don't know what it was, but I broke a string on that song, and then the next song I broke pretty much within a second of playing that song, and I was like, okay, well, the show's probably done unless I can get another guitar from someone else.
Wow.
But yeah, that was funny. We've played a show with a band where they brought one guitar, and then the first song the singer broke his string, and I kind of was like, well, here, just take this, just tune it up, and you're ready to go.
That's cool.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that stuff happens.
The rule is to have a backup of your backup. I think that's kind of the general rule of everything.
That seems weird though that you could break strings on your guitar that easily. I guess. I mean, I never really thought about it.
Yeah, honestly, it's more of I think at that time it was the guitar I was playing in the bridge, and it was probably the combination of strings and what I was doing and everything. It's just funny. It's just how in the world is this always happening?
You're a maniac on the guitar, is what you're saying.
I try to be.
Okay.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. Now, who would you say are some of your, I guess, I know this is a cliche term, but guitar hero?
For
me, who are some of those?
For me, growing up, it was kind of like Pete from Chevelle, Mark Tremonti, David from Disturbed, Head and Monkey from Korn, Stephen Carpenter, a lot of the new metal guitarists. That kind of just fit my style of playing and how just stuff comes out for me on the guitar. Just those guys kind of have always been kind of my influences on playing.
Now, when I think of great guitarist, I can think of 2, possibly 3, I guess, riffs that are spectacular. One is from "Let's Go Crazy" from Prince, the ending there. Can you do that?
I cannot do that. That's probably way out of my caliber.
Because I guess that would compare to chopsticks for a pianist or something.
Yeah.
But and so that's
chopsticks the easiest thing to play?
Or I don't know, maybe something else.
Beethoven.
Sure.
Okay.
But
Mozart.
But that's kind of what I think of when I think of someone on guitar just jamming away, because that shit's just insane. But now, do you guys have, or how many videos have you guys done for the songs that you have?
I think we've done 4 music videos total now. We have a couple lyric videos and stuff like that for a couple other singles, but I think we've shot 4 music videos in the time span of our albums. So.
Wow. Now, and then that's just you guys? It's not any stand-in actors or anything like that?
No, we've hired actors for stuff, but that's kind of about it. No, we usually try to be in the videos. So.
Excellent. Now, how much input do you have for when it comes to writing the songs?
We try to make it where everyone kind of has their own input into everything. Me and Pat, our other guitarist, me and him will just write. We write daily, and we'll just send stuff to each other and just kind of work stuff back and forth. And it just literally every song that we have starts with a riff. It just that riff, and then you just play off of that and kind of send it off to Jarrett. Jarrett goes, "Here's what I like about it," and then you just start building off that. And no song that we ever have that we start with is done right away. It's always building on it, and then by the time we get to the studio, it probably ends up changing from that point when we meet up with our producer and everybody. But we work the grinds on most of our songs to kind of make them the best we can. I mean, it's kind of what you want to do as an artist. So,
Right.
Yeah. Now, where are you guys based out of?
we're based out of Huntington Beach, California, which is pretty much
Oh,
10 minutes from Disneyland. So,
that's
okay.
so nice over there.
Okay.
yeah.
Not that I've ever been there, but I know some of the other people have.
I used to live in Arizona, so we'd go to California a lot. So yeah, Huntington Beach, that's nice. Though I have to admit, Santa Monica Pier is my favorite place to go.
Nice.
I know it's touristy, but I like it.
Yeah,
Now,
little too many people for me, but it's still like that whole like you just go up the coast. Like I'll go up the coast and go like up to Solvang and stuff, and it's just nothing better than that.
Oh, Venice Beach, that's another good one. Again, touristy, but it's fun.
I'll take your word on it. Now, what do you like to do in your downtime, David?
As right now, I'm a huge sports guy and love watching football. Like we're all addicted to fantasy sports. So like we play fantasy football with everyone we know, and then we're huge into MMA, like UFC fights and all that stuff. We all get together and watch those. I mean, we're huge sports fanatics, really.
All right, I can't agree with the whole MMA thing with you, but fantasy football, I've actually won my league this year. This is the second time in, let's see, this is the 13th year of my league, and I've only won it twice.
Nice. I've been in my home league with my buddies from high school. We are just about, I think this is our 18th year, and it's crazy. Like we kind of brag that we're probably the top 1% of all fantasy minds because we all just rip each other the whole year, and it's the hardest league I've ever been in. Like literally, you can't do anything because everyone's already done it.
That sounds very familiar, like similar to my league. I don't want to go too many details into the fantasy football because that completely distracts us. But no, the sports is awesome. And now, are you into video games at all, or just the sports?
I'm not too much. Like literally the last game I played was WoW. Like I still will jump back on. Like Jarrett still plays that, and then
Interesting.
I think a couple of the guys are playing Final Fantasy right now. But yeah, we're all ready for the new Nintendo Switch for sure. We're ready to play that.
Nintendo Switch. I'll have to research that. I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Yeah,
I play Wii. I play Mario Kart on Wii. So
nice. That's like the new console that they're coming out with. So it's got. They just released a trailer for Super Mario Odyssey.
Wow. One of the listeners in the chat room says that the MMA rocks with many exclamation points.
Nice.
Now, if you guys have any questions for David, please go ahead and type them in the chat room, or you can tweet us at Hellcast Radio and just put hashtag HCR question. And we'll get those on for David and see what he has to say about it. Now, I'm assuming you drink alcohol.
Yeah,
why would you assume that?
Whiskey drinker.
Whiskey and wine.
Whiskey.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Whiskey and wine. Those are my alcohols that go to. So
Whiskey and wine. That's an interesting combination.
Well, different, but yeah, anyone.
White or red wine?
Red, no white.
Oh, he likes the bitter stuff.
Okay.
Red wine's bitter.
I don't know which is which. I just know there's a color difference. Do you do the whole fancy thing? You swirl it around and sniff it?
I will. I've drank a lot of it, so I kind of know what I like and what I don't like. So I kind of have been able to bypass all of the fancy stuff that people do. So.
Okay, do you have like a go-to whiskey, or what's your favorite whiskey?
Um, I'm big into rye whiskey right now. Like I've been kind of getting a bunch of those. Like I was a part of
I
a
need to
whiskey
try
club for
that.
a little bit, so I've been drinking a lot of rye whiskey as a moment.
I need to try some rye whiskey. I haven't tried any of that.
It's a lot smoother.
I like whiskey and I like bourbon.
Yeah.
I tend to be more towards the bourbon than the whiskey, but
Now, there's a reason I ask some of these oddball questions, and it's because I don't like to be like the other cookie cutter interviews. I like to think outside of the box and try to not just learn about the band, but learn about some of you guys' likes and dislikes in the process. Um, because everybody can Google. All right, well you started here. This is how you got your name. You recorded this and done this, but that doesn't tell us who you guys are as people, and that's why we try to ask some of the oddball shit. And
Yeah.
it kind of throws you off your game, but at the same time it opens you up so people can learn about you.
Exactly, and we've done the interviews where you're basically reading a Wikipedia page, and you're like, okay, well, that's kind of what I've answered 30,000 times already, but that's just kind of kind of how it happens. So,
Um, do you have any retractions?
what the heck, Walmart?
One of my listeners asks if you have any retractions. I'm not. Maybe I'll have to get some clarification on that.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, we don't understand what he's saying either.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, who knows? Um,
He's a bit of an oddball.
yeah, there's that. What is your favorite thing? Like during the video portion, what's like your favorite part of that?
I think for me, it's just kind of when you kind of sit back and you see all these people together, kind of helping you kind of create what you kind of envisioned with the song and kind of what you've been trying to do with your art, and it's always kind of cool to see like our last video that we shot for the Unseen, like we literally had a staff of 30 people like in the studio working for it.
Holy
And
crap!
it was just one of those things. Like we kind of were able to get friends and other people together and kind of get everything going. But just seeing everyone there for kind of that cause and to kind of help you kind of reach your dreams, it's kind of always really cool to see. So I think that's for me. It's always kind of taking that step back and seeing kind of what's the madness of everything.
Excellent. Now, I don't know if I actually saw this anywhere, but have you guys signed with anybody, or are you indie?
We signed with a UK label, basically kind of for distribution for the currency, to kind of get ourselves a little bit more exposure overseas, because like when you're on in the US, we were like, well, there's a million bands. Let's see if we can kind of work with someone overseas to kind of push us out that way, and then if we do
Right.
kind of blow up or a little bit, it'll come back. And that was kind of one thing we tried to market and kind of go that route, but it was actually kind of beneficial in a way because we did hit the Billboard charts when our album debuted, where we hit the hit seekers list, which is kind of for indie bands and stuff. So we hit that, which was really cool. But kind of from touring and stuff like that, it kind of got back to the normal pace of just word of mouth and getting ourselves out there and that daily grind of just kind of getting your music everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's a tough road, that's for sure.
yeah. I joke and I'm like, this is the worst industry to be in. Like, there's no
Yeah, pretty much.
anything else I could see. Like, okay, there's how you make your money. This way, like playing music, it's more of like you gotta love to do this. You gotta love, and you gotta know it's an absolute grind, because there's no like, okay, you're a millionaire in a minute. Like playing hard rock metal music, you have to grind and just tour and tour and tour. Like, there's no other way.
Now, do you play any other instruments other than guitar?
I can play piano very badly.
So
And,
can I.
Yeah, and then probably some bass, just because it's easy to translate from guitar. But other than that, I'm pretty much just strictly guitar.
That's one more instrument than me.
Yeah, that's two more than me.
Right. I guess technically it's three more than me.
There you go.
No,
No,
I can play piano very badly though.
you play the skin flute wonderfully.
Well, thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
I know. Well, hey. I had to throw some oddball shit in there.
Right.
If you haven't noticed, this is my wife that's doing this with me, and
that's awesome. You guys are doing this together. That's really cool.
I just kind of took over.
she's been a driving force in the rebirth of this, actually.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
And
I kicked his ass.
yeah, and this is something that I've been doing for a long time now, and she's grown to love it also, and so this is our baby now.
Yeah.
And I love to find the new music, and because anybody can, love the popular shit that's been out there a while, but if you can find that diamond in the rough that, has been out there a while, but nobody's really, I don't know, made them huge, I guess. That's what I love to find, because there's so much music out there. As you were mentioning, this is a huge industry.
Yeah.
And to be able to find...
like, we've played with bands that I'm like, I literally go, how the hell is this band not, like, blown up yet? And it's just, you meet them everywhere, and we play shows, and those same bands go to us and go, like, how come you guys aren't, like, way bigger? And we're like, it's just, we're all trying to find that same fan and make that connection and just keep going, and it's a cutthroat industry in a way where we're all fighting for those same fans, so.
Exactly. And, there's so many bands out there that are like, you listen to them, you're just like, wow, why hasn't anybody picked them up? And, and we like to help out as much as we can because, I love the music. Redler loves the music, so we do whatever we can.
Now, what was I going to say?
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
I probably should have.
You should have.
But, no, I've drawn a blank now.
Completely forgot.
I did. Well, it's because I'm out of beer.
Oh.
That's his huge downfall right now.
Well,
what's your beer of choice?
My beer of choice is Coors Light. They are an unofficial sponsor of the show, but the actual official sponsor of my show is Miller High Life. They actually send me a case a month, and that's good shit. Can't turn that down.
That's really.
But yeah, that's definitely beautiful. But no, I love getting to know you guys. I mean, because there have been bands in the past where I was not fond of their music. Like, I proclaimed to be the Antichrist, and I actually interviewed a Christian rock band. The only part of that interview I didn't like is when they tried to convert me to Christianity during the interview.
Why? Why would you do that? Like, you're marking your band and then trying to make the guy like, I would not do that.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But it was funny shit though, and so yeah, there's that. But I just love to mix it up. I love to have fun. Try to throw people off their game. Now, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm the old one. I'm 34. So
34.
I remember being 34.
He's already got a foot and a half in the grave.
Exactly.
I remember being 34.
Now,
well, it's worse when you go play shows and you meet these kids who are like 19 and they're like, they got all these dreams and aspirations. You're like, you have no idea what you're about to encounter in this.
Oh, I know indeed.
Right.
Now, are you guys all single?
No, I'm married, and then Pat's married as well, but then the rest of the guys are 100% single.
Somebody's 100% single.
He said 3 of them.
Oh, 3 of them are.
Yeah, Jarrett, Danny, and Andrew are all single.
Oh, 3 single guys in a band.
Exactly.
And one's the lead singer.
Yep. I know.
He's getting something.
Now, do you guys get, like, bras and panties thrown on stage at you?
No, but we've had the, you get the stuff after the show, and you're like, okay, I'm out, you guys, there you go. It's just like, it's funny because it happens. It's
yeah.
It's everywhere, but it just...
All right. Now, to be politically correct, I gotta ask, all right, do you get guys, boxers thrown at you or anything?
No, nothing like that. But we get the guys who will just stalk us after a show too. They'll be just hanging around our trailer, and we'll be like, "You guys, we got to drive like 9 hours. Can you just leave us alone for a little bit?"
I like stalking trailers.
Yeah.
That'd be creepy as fuck.
I know, right?
What's your meal of choice?
My meal of choice? I think for us it's pizza. We're all addicted to pizza.
I love pizza.
All right. Since it's pizza, gotta ask what toppings.
Well, for me it's pepperoni and mushroom all the time, but for everyone else it's kind of
I'm
all across
totally
the
in
board.
love with him now.
Are you gonna divorce me now?
Apparently.
All right. Apparently she's coming after you because you guys both like pepperoni and mushroom.
That's all I eat on my pizzas. That's the only thing you should have on your pizzas, pepperoni and mushrooms.
All right, here's another one. Morning, noon, or night?
For me it'd probably be night, but I work mornings all the time, so I'm one extreme or the other.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Because, I know that I don't have time to come home for a nooner.
I'm at work at noon.
See, that's the problem with a nooner.
Yeah. Sleeping most of the time during the middle of the day.
Exactly. So how many kids do you have?
I have 0, which is good for being in a band.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, does your wife come with you?
My wife doesn't, but Pat's wife has come out on the road twice, which is kind of cool because then you have the designated merch person, because you really don't have that when you're on the road. You're kind of by yourself, and one of us has to hustle back after every time we play just to kind of sell some shirts. But when you kind of have someone on the road with you, it kind of helps out. So. Oh,
that would be awesome. All right, now where will we be able to find some of your merchandise? Is it available online?
Yeah, you can go to hastermusic.com, and there should be a click box for shop, and it'll take you to our whole webpage. So we should have everything up there. Yeah. Excellent. And if not, email us, and literally I can go to my garage and grab all our stuff and figure out what you need.
Awesome.
Now, do you have any unique items, or is it your your T-shirts and your keychains and koozies kind of thing?
We try to, especially on the road, we try to have more merch than anyone else. It's kind of my little goal of just, you don't know what people want to buy. So we have 7, 8 different designs whenever we get on the road, and then just the normal sweatshirts, CDs, posters. We have every type of sticker design imaginable, just because it's I want someone who loves us, or just even if they come to a show broke and they can't get anything, well, here's a sticker. Take a sticker. I want people to remember our band no matter what, because 20 seconds later, another band's going to pop on stage. So it's you want to interact with those fans as much as possible and have a lasting impression on everyone, because you're hoping for that word of mouth of growing your fan base and getting that when you come back to those cities, that person comes out and they bring 2 other people. Because, that's that's the whole strategy behind it. If you don't do that, then you're just kind of wasting your time.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, you can find them at Haster Band on Facebook, and they are at Haster Band on Twitter. Where else can people find you?
They can find us. We're on Best Buy. You can buy our CDs at Best Buy, Amazon, iTunes. We're on Spotify, Pandora. Pretty much anything on the internet, you can find us at there. You can find us on, obviously on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much all the social media sites you can name. We're on there, heavily active. If you write us a question, we'll respond back probably within an hour.
Cool.
That's awesome. I love that kind, because most bands, it takes forever to get a response back. But I have noticed, for the most part, you guys have been pretty active in returning my emails. It took you a little while to get this last one, where we were getting the Skype contact down. But other than that, you guys have been really quick on everything, and I really appreciate that.
No problem. I think it was more of the holiday mess of just dealing with all that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, when the holidays come, that's when we go, okay, I'll see you after the Super Bowl. That's literally how we do it. It's just, because, everyone, Andrew, our drummer's in Mexico right now, and it's just and then I've been everywhere, and we just kind of do the tours and come back after the holidays, because everyone's got different lives, so.
Right.
Excellent. But, we're going to wrap this up. We thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we're actually going to play your song, The Unseen, in our King of the Hill, which is our Battle of the Bands, and hopefully the interview, when we have an interview for the King of the Hill, that band or interview usually wins about 85% of the time. So the odds are forever in your favor.
It'll be my gambling thing. And whenever someone tells me it's a sure bet, I bet on it and I lose.
There you go.
Well, there you go. But no, it was awesome having you on, and we definitely want to keep in touch with you and try to help you out as best we can.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Really appreciate you guys supporting bands and supporting us and kind of getting us out there. So.
Excellent. Well, we're going to let you go, and but by all means, stick around and listen if you want in the chat room, or you can go back to the football game. And
because we have it on in the background.
Yeah, we do. But you have an excellent night.
Patriots are losing now.
Wow.
Who's losing?
Patriots. I want them to lose.
That would be awesome.
Who are they playing?
Houston.
Texans.
I want the Houstons to win.
I know you.
Okay.
You know what? I know you want the Houstons to win.
I want the Houstons to win.
All right, David. Thank you very much, sir. You have a wonderful evening. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Bye.